morning and welcome back to our midweek edition of GMNC. We have a great hour-long lineup just for you, so grab your coffee and enjoy the show with us. Before we start, we'd like to say thank you to the beautiful Mpathane and Heshak and Puza Water as our morning show sponsors. We appreciate everything that you do for us. Let's kick it off with the important stuff, the weather and surf report brought to you by Megan and Deon.
Good morning and welcome to your weather for today. Today will be partly sunny with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 18 degrees. The real feel will be 26 degrees and the real feel shade 23. We have a southwesterly wind at 13 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 41 kilometers per hour. 2% chance of showers today. The sunrise will be at 6:29 a.m. and the sunset at 5:14 p.m. Pretoria, mostly cloudy with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 11 degrees. Joburg, partly sunny and comfortable with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 10 degrees. And Cape Town, partly sunny with a high of 18 degrees and a low of 10 degrees.
The magic of an accompaniment, tailor-made and the passion.
We're on the couch this morning with Tony talking daily inspiration. Welcome, Tony. It's lovely to have you again.
Yes, Lindy, thank you. And welcome to you as well. It's good to see
you.
a new face on set.
Lovely.
Yeah, I want to talk about unlearning.
Okay.
It's a very unusual topic, and it's not something that we're so accustomed to.
Yes.
You know, throughout life, we've been told on numerous occasions, you've got to learn your stuff and know your stuff. And that's what we become, just regurgitated.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, we pick up the information, we learn it for an examination, we cough it out in the papers, exam papers, and that's it, you know. But how much of that information we've actually stored, and it's just accumulating dust. And where's the space for new stuff? That's one of the problems we have. The other challenge we have in life is that we're constantly learning throughout the years of tertiary education and primary education, interacting with our religious leaders, interacting with political organizations and social, all of this is giving us information. So all the time that we're awake, we're actually accumulating information. The idea or the trend these days is not to learn, but to unlearn.
Okay.
Right? And that is what the focus I want to just share with the viewers this morning.
Okay.
Is to get into the mode of understanding what this unlearning is all about. Now, a simple illustration is if you take a cupboard that you've set for storage, and you've had all your stuff in there, you know, your hard drives and all those discs that we had for years and all that, and you're looking for something that you know is somewhere there. You've got to pull all the stuff out before you get there.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So the idea is, or the thought behind it is that do we need all of this stuff? And we've got to search very, very carefully. We've got to look carefully into our daily living and understand that we don't need all of this stuff all the time.
Okay.
What has happened, Lindy, is also based on other people's opinions, other people's views, other people's perspective of things, we've formed our own foundation.
Sure.
But the true question is that our foundation or is it based on someone else's opinion? So today I want to encourage the viewers to start building on their own foundation.
Okay.
Right? And one of the ways of actually doing it is to make a concerted and committed decision to take stock.
Okay.
Right? Take stock of the stuff you've had. Do a bit of decluttering
Decluttering
all
your
the
mind.
time.
Yeah.
Mind decluttering.
Okay.
So it is more about unlearning. And how do we go about doing that is to develop an open mind.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
When we're sitting around the table and having a meal, or when we're sitting around with people and having a meeting, be bold enough and strong enough to view your views, to bring it out and say, listen, I disagree. This is what I want to bring to the table. And make it known that you bring it out because you fervently believe that that is what you understand and you think it's a strong point. Very often they say, go with the flow. And I say, why go with the flow?
Yeah.
You know, you need to stop somewhere and be rescued from this flow that's taking you down into nowhere. So that's very important to understand that you can actually stop the process of just learning and develop the process of unlearning while you're going through all of this.
Yeah.
So the idea is to learn, unlearn, learn, unlearn.
Constantly learning and unlearning.
Yes, it's a constant process. There's never an end to that. We give credit to all the university professors and our school teachers and all the people we've interacted with.
Yes.
They've actually helped us to grow to who we are. But are we really who we are?
So how does a person know when is the right time to unlearn?
The right time is right now.
Okay.
Right? You've got to start now. You know,
Okay.
you're a teenager, you've accumulated so much of information.
Yes.
By the time you get to an adult, you're already accumulating more, and we're doing that every day.
Yeah.
So the idea is to do it right now. When a baby is born, up until the age of 6 to 7 years, there's no conscious mind that's developed. It's only the subconscious mind. And that's happened to all of us. So by the age of 7, we've accumulated so much of stuff already. And that is also not serving a purpose.
Okay.
Right? So we now need to do a lot of decluttering and understand that it's possible by making a decision that you want to become open-minded and open ears about what is people saying to you and what are you able to offer in return.
Okay.
Right? And the other idea is to share that with people.
Sure.
Let you become the building blocks of someone else's future. Right? Because you've developed an open mind. And you've developed this open way of looking at things very differently. And it also helps you to change your perspective of things.
Correct.
You know, when you change the way you see things, things start to change.
Definitely, definitely.
You know, and that's important. We can't just continue going with the flow and thinking that all of that we're ending up with migraines more than we ever bargained for.
I mean, to someone who's inundated with information,
Yeah.
we live in a society that's inundated with social media, everything is just in our face every day.
Yeah.
You never get the time to switch off.
Yeah.
How do you declutter? How do you even get to saying?
By just saying we don't get time to declutter is already a problem.
Okay.
We've got to make that time.
Sure.
Right? And I'm glad that you asked this question, because what I have is I have a premium hour. So I get up 1 hour earlier than normal.
Yes.
Right? So if I'm starting my day at 6:30, I
Okay.
get up at 5:30.
Yeah.
And I call it a premium hour. Robin Sharma talks about it as well too. And in that hour, you start preparing yourself for who you want to be. You know, for those who do the prayer, you're welcome to do so. You do a bit of exercise, you do reading, you do your meditation, you do your self-focus.
Yeah.
Right? And you start to understand that this is something that's not really adding value to my life today.
Yes.
And I'm going to need to look at, and you start looking at how you're going to let go of these things.
Okay.
You know, holding on to all of these things that we've learned is not serving a purpose every day.
Yeah.
So the more often we make that time.
Yes.
Lindy, the question is, if we don't make the time, we're going to end up in hospital.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have to make the time.
Then you need to make time.
Right? Because you don't want to be there. So even then, to start now. Start to do the decluttering right now. Start to unlearn right now. And eventually you're going to start, you will obviously lead a life that is so flourishing, so colorful, and so abundant.
Yes.
And you obviously will impact that kind of lifestyle on your children and people that are going to be connecting with you as well.
That's beautiful.
So my topic or my message for today is learn, unlearn, unlearn.
Constantly.
Don't forget to bring the unlearning part into the process as well. And share it with others. Share it with others. Let everyone else become open-minded about it. And the thing about with COVID, lastly, I want to say, we went into lockdown.
Yes.
And we've been locked down with all the clutter.
Yes.
Time to
True.
release.
Time to release.
Permission granted. Time to release.
Definitely. We are releasing and learning a lot of things that we've picked up on the way. I love what you just shared with our viewers. It really speaks to self-love and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that self-love.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Tony.
you
That
so
was
much for
really
having me.
inspirational.
Great.
After the break, we're chatting to Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park.
Many of us have witnessed the destruction and devastation brought on by someone's addiction to drugs, alcohol, gambling, over-the-counter medication, etc. The destruction continues until professional help is sought. However, failure to do so can result in either being admitted to a psychiatric facility, sentenced to imprisonment, or eventual death. This is the stark reality of addiction. My name is Tony Subramony. I am a qualified social worker and I specialize in addiction counseling services to individuals, couples and families. I am an ex-alcoholic, having been sober for the past 32 years. I am also a certified AcuDetox specialist. AcuDetox refers to the auricular acupuncture. It is a 5-point acupuncture protocol specifically designed to help those struggling with substance abuse. Contrary to popular belief, the opposite of addiction is not only about sobriety. It is more to do with having a connection. First and foremost, the connection is with oneself and then with the world. Recovery from addiction is an inward journey. I often refer to recovery as an inside job. As you embark upon this inward journey, you eventually become willing and comfortable to connect with the outer world. You get to understand and accept the fact that you do not need any mood-altering chemicals to make you feel good on the inside. All you seek is within you. This bodes well for long-term abstinence from drugs and alcohol as well. Addiction is not about the pleasurable effects of substances. It is about the user's inability to connect in healthy ways with other human beings and with himself or herself. In other words, addiction is not a substance disorder, it is a social disorder. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, I encourage you to give me a call on 081 533 6565. 081 533 6565. Saving lives one day at a time.
We're back and we're sitting with Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park. Neville, welcome back. It's lovely to see you again today.
Oh, thank you.
So I see you've been quite busy the past few days since we last spoke.
Yes, it's been a frenetic period.
Yeah?
You know, everybody's trying to reorganize their lives and reorganize. You know, it's like when you suddenly get notice from your landlord, like you need to move.
Yes.
And now you're scrambling to find a new place to stay.
Yeah.
And nature's going that route as well.
Definitely.
So we've seen some very interesting things.
Okay. Yeah.
We've seen, particularly on the black mambas, how many of them have severely been affected by flooding.
Yes.
And many of the ones that we're catching, they're actually a pinky red color from the mud and the slush and the salt and thing that's been carried down in the water. And that's just clear evidence that they've spent time in the water.
Yes.
So yes, they've been displaced.
Okay.
We had a rather exciting call with two of the biggest mambas I've seen in 30 years.
Really?
Didn't manage to catch him, but no doubt they're going to pitch up in somebody's house somewhere along the line.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those incidences.
And where is this activity happening? Is it around the coast or inland? Where are you finding?
All mambas are inland. We did get the one east of the N2 here at Sea Tides.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the one that we caught out of zone. Then we got a Mpathane and Verulum that was out of zone. We caught a few pythons on the beach. Yeah, they obviously washed out to sea somewhere and then over time made their way back onto the beach. Yeah, so there's been a lot of displacement on that.
Okay. Talk about the skin changing color. That's something quite interesting. Would you like to share more on that with our viewers?
Yeah, well, with the mambas, it was just a coat of makeup, if you want to call it that. You know, it's almost like they're in a production and they need to look the part.
Yes.
And so nature just put the makeup on them.
It's lovely.
So that was a change of color. But the real change of color that I'd like to talk about is during your IDs.
Okay.
Right, and we have this thing all the time. I've got people phoning saying, all right, we've got this green snake.
Yeah.
Right. Can you specify, is it shiny?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice. No. I don't think so.
It's green.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did it have spots? No. What's the size? Oh, 2 meters. You sure it's 2 meters? How thick is it?
Yeah.
About as thick as my finger. No, then it's not 2 meters. You know? And it's this sort of stuff that when people go into a quandary and they go into a panic mode,
Yeah.
that size
Yes.
comes out of it, they don't get a true perspective of what they're looking at. And I always try and tell people,
Yeah.
just collect yourself, step back a bit,
Yeah. Be calm.
collect yourself, calm down,
Yeah.
think realistically.
Yes.
Is it longer than your forearm?
Okay.
Is it thicker than your finger? Is it as long as a broomstick, as thick as a broomstick?
Yeah.
Because in your description, it's got to match.
Okay.
You know, you can't tell me it's 2 meters long as thick as a finger, because that's not working. Or as thick as your arm and it's only a foot long, you know?
Yes.
It's not working.
Okay.
One of the funniest incidences I had was where a lady called me for a 1 meter long black snake
Okay.
that crawled into a bedroom window.
Sure. Yeah.
And I went in and we had a look at it, looked for it. It wasn't there. It had, again, exited via the same window.
Same way it came in.
I scratched around in the garden and I looked all over. And the gardener was standing there watering the lawn.
Yeah.
And I said to him, listen, did you see a snake come out the window? He says, yes. I said, okay, and where did it go? He says, climbed up the tree.
Sure.
I said, and where's it now? He says,
It's up
the
the tree.
And I had a look, and there was a 2.3 meter green mamba.
Whoa.
Brilliant green, just shed, beautiful lime
Yeah.
green, and about that thick.
Yeah.
And I caught it and I showed the lady. I said, is this a snake you saw? She said to me, yes, that's it. I said, but it's not black.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, it is black.
Sure. Okay.
And immediately I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to go the meter
Yeah.
route.
Yeah. It's not going to work. No.
But I realized afterwards that she's probably colorblind.
Yes, definitely.
And
Yeah.
it's one of the things that we deal with all the time. Is
Okay. Yeah.
that people's perspective of color
Not the same.
isn't the same.
Yeah.
So when I say something is green,
Yeah.
it's anywhere between the lightest green to the most olivey
Darkest,
green
yeah.
to dark green, you know.
Mm.
And somebody else would look at light green and say, well, that's not green, that's yellow,
True. True.
you know.
And that information is so important for you.
It is important.
Yeah.
You know, we charge a call-out fee to go and help people.
Okay.
Well, the people that can afford to pay.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't want to charge somebody for a harmless snake. I'd rather leave it
Yeah.
right there where it is.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and then you come with a description and I'm left with no other thought than
Yes.
this is the item, and then you come in and it's harmless.
Okay. And how many snakes are you catching in a day, roughly, if you were to share an estimate with our viewers?
It's a tricky question to answer because even though we've had this turmoil, it's still been hectic activity on one day
Yes.
and then relatively quiet on other
On other
days, and
days.
then hectic activity and
Yeah.
then relative quiet.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've done up to 8 or 9 a day, which is unusual this time of the year. But we have also just done 2 a day.
Okay.
You know?
All right. So it's I mean, we did speak about the fact that we will be seeing a lot of snakes around, and people need to be calm. And the right thing to do is definitely get in touch with you so that you can come through and do what you do as a professional. Anything else that's happening at the park that you'd like to share with the viewers at home?
Yeah, we're preparing for our, I should actually call it a revamp,
Okay, lovely.
but it's actually a rebuild.
Okay.
And some of our cages have been at floor level, and we paid the price for that when the flooding came. And so the move is now to get everything off the ground. So I've made 3 interim enclosures that we're busy doing the dressing. By the end of this week, that it should be dressed and windows in, and we can move whatever's in the pipe, other enclosures in there, because I'm going to do a mass release again. There's like 20 black mambas that must be released, and a whole lot of stuff that needs to be released. So I'll empty those cages and then try and house what I really need on display in those 3 while I tackle the others.
Okay.
And so it's this rebuild that'll probably end after December.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you so much, Neville, for joining us again. Wishing you all the best with the rebuilding. And if viewers need to get in touch with you, again, we will share your contact details. Thank you. It was lovely having you.
Super, great.
After the break, we chat to Bongekile Mpathane, Miss Ballito finalist.
Simply Models KZN is a unique modelling and finishing school based in the heart of Ballito. Classes are available to both boys and girls from 3 years and older, with the focus being on developing confidence and building a positive self-image. Weekly classes take place at the beautiful Relax Inn, where students are guaranteed to have fun and are often pampered and spoiled with hand and nail treatments while learning about hygiene and self-care. The makeup and hair classes are hits amongst the girls, and this learning is taken further with them being taught how to dress according to their body shapes. Etiquette and manners form part of the learning, as does posture and poise. And the Simply Models team are always incredibly proud to see their models walk with confidence when they take part in fashion shows and events. The best part of the classes offered is the lasting friendships that are formed. Get in touch with Simply Models today by calling 064 379 5663.
We're back and we're chatting to Bongekile Mpathane, Miss Ballito finalist. How are you feeling, Bongekile?
I'm quite nervous, but then, yeah, I'm okay actually.
All right. So tell us, how's your journey been with Miss Ballito so far?
It's good and it's so awesome. Yeah,
Great.
I'm inspiring good things, so yeah.
And what inspired you to entering this competition?
I was inspired by the Miss Ballito finalists like last year's.
Okay.
So I loved the charity work that they did.
Okay.
So since I also love helping other people. So
All right. And are you involved in any charity work as well?
not really, but then yeah.
Okay. But you must have a cause that's really close to your heart, and if it is, what would that be?
To open up a program
Okay.
that each finalist is given a chance, yes, to groom a little girl.
Okay.
To groom a little girl
Yeah.
to become a supermodel one day.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So like a big supermodel program where
Yes.
you're teaching young children into how to become the next supermodel.
Yes.
Lovely. Become the next supermodel in South Africa potentially, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and where are you from, Bongekile?
I'm from staying a lot 14.
Okay.
Yes, around.
All right. What have you learned so far on your journey at Miss Ballito, through your journey with Miss Ballito?
That we shouldn't be nervous in everything we do. We should be confident and we should love ourselves and love others.
Okay. And if you had to say or share one thing with our viewers out there today, what would that be?
I'd love them to educate themselves and focusing in their studies, take care of themselves and yeah.
Okay, Wongi, you're still in school for sure. You're 17. How are you managing to balance Miss Ballito and your schoolwork?
Actually, I finished matric last year.
Okay.
So what I'm doing at the
Fantastic.
moment is I'm finishing my driving license.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm also doing my secretarial course.
Okay.
At
All right.
CompuZone Training Academy.
So what are your plans after Miss Ballito?
I'm thinking of going to varsity and finishing my studies there.
Okay, that's always a good option to have a qualification up your sleeves as well. And how can people get in touch with you? They'd love to follow you, I'm sure, on your social media handles. Please share those with the viewers.
So I am Bongekile Mpathane in Facebook. So actually I don't have Instagram because I'm not into Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah,
So are you on Facebook, Twitter?
Facebook only.
Facebook only. And
Yes.
how do they follow you on Facebook?
And I'm Bongekile Mpathane.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can like and share and everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bongekile. We're wishing you all the best on your journey with Miss Ballito
Okay.
and
thank
your studies
you.
as well.
Thank you so much.
After the break, we're chatting to Mitchell Curtis from Victims of Addiction. Welcome back. We're chatting to Mitchell Curtis from Victims of Addiction. Mitchell, welcome to the couch and lovely to have you this morning. Would you like to tell the viewers what the Victims of Addiction is all about?
Sure, thank you very much for having me.
Sure.
So Victims of Addiction is actually a support group that we started for family members and for addicts themselves,
Okay.
who are looking for support.
Sure.
So yeah, this was started about 3 years ago
Yeah.
by my folks, actually, Tracy and Jacques.
Okay.
As like I said, just support for families out there who are struggling with a loved one or a friend,
Yes.
someone who's suffering from the disease of addiction.
Okay.
Because yeah, I was obviously the addict and the alcoholic who put them through quite a lot of torment, quite a bit
Okay.
of turmoil within the home,
Okay.
and they had no one to reach out to.
Yes.
So they're just looking to help people through their experience and how to assist families to get their loved one either into recovery or
Okay.
how to help them once they've come out of rehab. You know,
Yes.
there's quite a lot that goes into it.
Do you want to highlight some of the help or assistance that you do give?
Okay, so I mean, we currently we do own and run a rehab facility as well,
Okay.
which is called Wellvale Recovery Centre.
All right.
It's located just outside Stanger.
All right.
So what we do there is, obviously we do rehabilitation for the alcoholics and the addicts, and we offer family support as well, for whether you've got a client with us or not.
Yeah.
Even if you just want to know more in terms of what do I look out for,
Yes.
what signs is someone showing that they could possibly be addicted to a substance, and then how to handle the person from
Yes.
there. You know, what steps do you take from there to kind of either get them to go and accept some sort of help, whether it be
Yes.
at meetings or go and see, you know, a psychologist or someone, or whether they actually need to go to rehab.
Yeah.
And kind of what to expect, you know, while they're in rehab or while they're in some form of treatment, and then what to do from there as well.
I think it's always tricky for parents and the individual concerned to get to a point where they say, I need help or we need help. And I think it's something that you need to handle sensitively, of course. For you, if you don't mind me asking, if you could share your journey and how you got to where you are today.
Sure. Yeah, well, mine was quite a rocky road.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Joburg.
Okay.
I won't bore you with all the little intricate details, but
Yeah.
pretty much by the age of 24, I'd written off my car, I'd lost
Yeah.
multiple jobs, had no friends really, definitely no romantic partner in sight. And
Yeah.
I was just completely, my addiction was the only thing I had. And I kind of was not willing to let that go.
Yeah.
And I was in a very firm state of denial. You know, I
Okay.
believed
Yes.
everyone else was the problem. My
Yeah.
parents were the problem. And eventually they had to practice quite a bit of tough love.
Okay.
They had to kick me out the house. And that's kind of where I realized, okay, well, I have nothing now. So
Yeah.
I need to go to rehab because I clearly have some sort of problem.
Yeah.
And I did. I went to treatment for 3 months. Then, you know, after I went out of treatment, I went to stay in a halfway house.
Yeah.
But all through that time, once I'd gone to treatment and then outside of treatment, I was communicating a lot with my family, which is something I'd never done before.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was telling them about the process and about
Yes.
addiction because their viewpoint was very different to what it really is. And unfortunately, a lot of people have got the same viewpoint of, you know, an addict has no morals. They don't have willpower. There's no discipline. It's not the fact that I didn't have those things, is my addiction stripped me of all those things.
Sure.
And I was too selfish and self-centered to really see what I was doing to everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not that I intentionally wanted to hurt the
Yes.
people around me. It's just I couldn't see what my behavior was doing to everyone else.
Yeah.
So, you know, since I came out of treatment, and it's been a long road. The last 4 years have been quite long and quite difficult in certain areas.
Yeah.
But I've been educating my family. My family have been, you know, very involved in trying to find out more information, studying further, obviously, in this industry. And through all of the stuff that they had no access to previously, we're now trying to give it away to people, being like, well, if you don't understand or you want to know more, get on the phone to us, send us an email, send us a message. We're more than happy to help. Because I don't want people to necessarily have to go as far as I did to realize that they need help. And unfortunately, some people do need to go that far to realize that they are in fact the problem. But yeah, I mean, like we've got some guys who are in treatment now, and you know, once you start realizing that you've got this disease and there is a way out, it's almost like they get a new lease of life. And even for the families, I mean, we've got families now, and they're constantly asking questions of, you know, what's going to happen when they leave? Because a lot of people think that, you know, you go to rehab, you flick a magic switch, you come out,
and you come out perfect. You
come out perfect, and you're A for away. It's not like that. You're now having to deal with old people, stressful situations, and not run straight back to your drug of choice. You're now learning how to deal with things clean and sober, in a healthier way, not acting out on character defects. There's a lot that goes into it. So the more that the family or the loved ones know and can support, the better. Because you can look out for perhaps the old patterns of behavior that are starting to surface again, and make them aware and say, look, have you spoken to your sponsor? Are you going to meetings? Are you doing your inventory? Are you doing the things that you need to do to stay clean and sober? And that often makes all the difference in someone's life. I mean, my mom was always on my case. If she suspected me of doing, you know, things the way I used to do them, she'd bring it to my attention, and I'd take it very seriously. I'd check it in with my sponsor, and I'd change the behavior. Because that's what it's all about. It's managing and changing the behavior, but I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. Absolutely
definitely
not.
I like the fact that you said it's not a quick fix, and you can't just switch it on and switch it off. Someone who's going through that journey right now, and they're frustrated, and they just want to get out, what advice would you give to that person?
So are you talking on an addict's perspective or the family?
Both addicts and family.
Okay, so for the addict's perspective, get yourself to an NA or AA meeting as quickly as you can in your local area, wherever it might be. Or you can get straight in contact with us, especially for the family members. We've got a Victims of Addiction Facebook page. Then we've got our Wellvale Recovery Centre Facebook page as well.
Okay.
We've got a website, and then all of our contact details are all over those pages.
Perfect.
And we're available 24/7, 365. So send us a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can.
Perfect. That's awesome. Is there anything exciting that you've been working on now that you're in recovery?
Yes, there is actually something at the moment. What I've seen more and more with clients coming in for treatment is a lot of them are on pharmaceutical medication.
Yes.
From things ranging from bipolar disorder to anxiety disorder, depression, all those kinds of things. And it seems to be a trend that's getting worse and worse, if I can say that. You know, people on a lot of medication, on a lot of drugs, and then abusing alcohol as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a big problem. I mean, I know for myself, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 2, anxiety disorder, split personality disorder, and depression. What it ended up being was I was just a garden variety drunken alcoholic and a junkie. So there's a lot of misunderstanding around, you know, the pharmaceutical industry in terms of, is someone just an addict or do they genuinely need the medicine? So it's something I'm working very closely with a psychiatrist as well, who I'm affiliated with in Ballito itself. And we're working quite closely on that because, to try and get people off of all minor mood altering substances is quite a challenge.
Yes.
But we're trying to show people that you can live a life without the need of substances. And, you know, we've recently, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we've had one of our clients who's just come off of all of his medication.
Brilliant,
and he's not showing any bipolar tendencies. He's doing really well. We've decreased his coffee intake, and he's no longer anxious.
Sure.
So we're doing simple little changes, and his whole lifestyle is changing. And he's, like he's saying, he's feeling so much more positive about things, and like life is quite manageable. He doesn't have to reach for a pill or something to make himself feel better. He knows. You know, there's certain little things that he can do, even if it's 2-minute meditation. All of a sudden, he gets to calm down. He gets to center himself, and he's a lot more manageable in that sense.
I think we live in a world where we're so pressurized and so busy that, you know, we grab coffee, we grab an energy drink, and we try to keep ourselves in the mode of go, go, go. But we don't realize how we actually making ourselves addicted to certain things like caffeine. What are some of the practical things that people can do to wean themselves off of things like caffeine that you might want to share with our viewers?
So something I do in my own personal life, I'm very into exercise. And like I always tell people, it doesn't matter what exercise it is, but try and get in 20 minutes to half an hour, at least 3 times a week of just moderate exercise, because moderate exercise releases endorphins, picks up your metabolic rate, it's a stress reliever. There's a whole list of health benefits, you know, especially the older you get. And then I drink a lot of water, so I don't take in a lot of unnecessary processed sugars, and I only have about 2 cups of coffee a day, and I mean, I'm working from 6 o'clock in the morning till after 8 at night most times. So I have a very long kind of day, but when I do feel overwhelmed, I feel overstressed, I take myself outside for a quick walk, even if it's just 5-10 minutes, just to kind of calm down, woosa, and then come back inside, and I can approach things kind of with like a fresh mindset. But the exercise for me has been really, really helpful, especially I'm someone who gets very stressed and very angry very quickly. The exercise removes all of that for me. And it already puts me in a positive frame of mind, especially if I do it first thing in the morning.
Perfect.
So that's something small that I've just done in my life. And, you know, I only exercise for about 45 minutes, maximum an hour every day. And I do that 5 times a week, but I'm very passionate about exercise. And that's something that's worked for me. My parents are doing it as well. You know, I've got all the guys who come in for treatment. They're so used to not exercising and just relying on the energy drinks, the caffeine, and then obviously whatever they're using on top of that. That a little bit of exercise, they're coming to me, you know, 8-9 o'clock in the morning saying they're feeling so positive, they're feeling good for the morning, and they're only down to, instead of 16 cups of coffee a day, they're down to like 3 or 4. And that's just making small little changes that make a massive impact at the end of the day, especially when you put them all together.
True. Mitchell, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and for sharing your story. I think you've inspired and motivated a lot of people out there. Again, if you want to share your Facebook handle so viewers can follow and get in touch with you.
Thank you very much. So our Facebook page is Victim of Addiction, Wellvale Recovery Centre. We have got an Instagram page for Wellvale as well. It's just called Wellvale Recovery Centre. And then all of our WhatsApp details, email information is all on there as well.
Thank you for joining us, Mitchell. We wish you all the best on your journey. And thank you for sharing your inspiring story with us.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
After the break, we chat to Marcelle to discuss the workshops that she's been hosting.
Hi, I'm Steve Bezuidenhout, owner, director of Hydropower based in Ballito. We're a power products company that specializes in hydraulics, power products and power tools. We are distributors of quality brands such as HVD hydraulic components, Briggs & Stratton lawnmowers, brush cutters, generators and Metabo power tools. Our target market is the construction and civils industry, transport and freight, agriculture and mining industry. So whether you need a hydraulic pump for your tipper truck, a commercial ride-on mower for your estate, a power drill for your construction company, or just a domestic lawnmower for your home, we are a one-stop shop. We offer sales, consumables, repairs and services on all these products. We're based at 8A Kyalami Park, Ballito, and also ship goods nationally. You can get in contact with us via various channels, namely WhatsApp, the landline, email, website, Facebook, Instagram or LinkedIn.
At Austral Accounting, we are more than chocolate counters.
At Austral Accounting, we specialize in accounting,
taxation,
company secretarial services,
business advisory services, accounting cloud software,
full payroll administration to ensure full compliance.
And we service our clients in English, Afrikaans and isiZulu.
Don't get caught with your hand in the chocolate jar when we can be your greatest asset.
We're back and we're chatting to Marcelle. Marcelle, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Now we're going to talk about something completely mind-blowing, woodwork and resin. Please tell us what that's all about.
Thank you, Lindy. It's so nice to be here at Ballito TV today.
Great.
Yes. So my journey started about 3 years ago. Like so many people in lockdown, we started looking at the internet.
Yes.
And Googling, and I think I've Googled myself silly. So obsessed with river boards, river tables, wood, resin. So I basically started my journey going on a resin workshop.
Okay.
And then I wanted to combine my love of wood with the resin.
Yeah.
And started working with resin and wood.
Okay.
The week before lockdown, I did a little workshop with my son. At that time, he was 11 years old.
Wow.
With Greenhouse.
Okay.
In Sage Centre, Salt Rock.
Yeah.
Learned a little bit about wood, and so then I decided to join the two together, and my journey started.
Great.
I loved it so much,
Yeah.
but then again, you know, you can only make so many items.
Yeah.
And I looked for an outlet to sell my items, so I started selling them in flea markets. But my true love actually lied with teaching.
Okay.
So that's why I've decided now to share my knowledge and start teaching people.
Okay, that's lovely. Where are you hosting your workshops, and what can viewers look forward to when they come through?
Okay, so I started in my garage and I was making so much noise. My neighbors started to complain because it involves a lot of sanding.
Yeah.
So I have now found the perfect little spot in Salt Rock at RB Slabs.
All right.
I have my own little workshop there. I can make as much noise.
Yeah.
And the space allows us to grow and host people. So I decided to start the workshops then.
Okay.
Our first workshop will be running next week, Wednesday and Saturday. The Wednesday we start with our pour.
Okay.
We teach people about resin, about wood. We give them little kits to work with. The wood is placed in a box. It's the mold.
Okay.
We teach them about pouring and the color pigments they can add. And basically the resin would need 48 hours to cure.
Okay.
So that would take about 2 hours, that workshop.
Yeah.
And then we bring everybody back on the Saturday to start unboxing their boards and the sanding. That's when all the noise starts.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, we would take them through the whole process of finishing their board. And at the end of the day, they'll walk away with a nice decor board, chopping board, serving board. Yeah, and a little bit of skill.
Okay. Is it open to male, females, young, old? What's your limit?
There is no limit.
Okay,
children
fantastic.
are welcome.
Yeah.
So I really would like a lot of children to come, get them off those PlayStations, moms and dads.
Yes.
And get them into the workshop, letting them learn how to use tools under guidance.
Yes.
So yes, and I've also had a lot of women inquiring about my courses.
Yeah.
So guys have got to watch out. Anybody can come. We've got a nice mixed class.
Okay. You mentioned children. Is this something that you would potentially offer to schools as well on the side?
Yes, we definitely want to be introducing a program to schools.
That's fantastic.
Our timing with the workshops, I think, would work quite nicely with schools.
Yeah.
It would be after hours and then on a Saturday morning. So it is. We set it up like that.
Yeah.
So that it would accommodate basically anybody and everybody.
Perfect. And how do people get in touch with you if they want to follow you on Facebook or Instagram?
Yes, they can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/River Trading SA.
Okay.
Or they could phone me on 071 886 3313.
Awesome.
And they can book a workshop.
Yeah.
We don't only do the boards.
Yes.
So if they are wanting to make coasters or paddle boards or start a little table, we have a lot of people wanting to do a table, so they're taking on the board as a beginner project to get the basics in.
Yeah.
We will accommodate that.
Yeah.
We're also going to be selling kits.
Okay.
So if you can't make the workshops or it's something you want to do at home, you can come to us, buy a kit. It's a box with a piece of wood in it, a beautiful exotic piece of wood actually.
Okay.
Cut to size with the resin, the right amount of resin. You get to choose your pigments.
Yeah.
Instructions in these, the set of sanding paper, because you start with basically a 60 grit, and you work your way up to 4,000 to get that board nicely polished.
All right.
So we'd sell those kits, and anybody buying a kit from us, completely welcome to come to my workshop.
Lovely,
and use our sanders and finish their boards. So
and you don't need to have experience at all.
Not at all. Not at all. My 11-year-old son at that time was doing it. He's now 13.
Sure.
I'm also going to be getting him involved in the workshops. So it's basically, don't be scared. Anybody can come.
I love the opportunity that this presents for young entrepreneurs. Have you done any markets since you've opened up?
I have. We've done a lot of markets. Ballito, Durban North Crusaders. It is definitely a very good opportunity. If somebody is looking at using their hands and they need an outlet to sell their crafts, there's many flea markets, and you can start an online business. You can make jewelry, boards, tables, coasters, decor items. I mean, the list just goes on and on. A very good opportunity for somebody looking to sell their items and get involved with wood and resin.
Thank you so much, Marcelle. Lovely having you and chatting all things riverboards, resin. Very exciting. Thank you for coming through today.
Thank you, Lindy, and thank you to Ballito TV for having me.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
Lula Clothing Boutique is now situated at The Well, which is in Ballito, which is opposite Ashton College. So in addition to our clothing range, we also do a variety of other things. We do leather shoes, leather bags, gifting, cushions, homeware, whatever you need for a Lula living lifestyle. When you buy a garment from Lula, it doesn't just appear in the shop. A lot goes into it before it actually goes into the store. So from making the patterns, which I do myself, to sourcing the fabric, to making the prototypes, to making sure the thread matches, to making sure the elastic is correct, everything is done in-house. And from the time of conception of a pattern to actually getting a prototype sample can take 1 hour, and then we're happy with it and then we go into production. So all my people work with me directly in the factory, and there's 8 people that work with me, and they all have a role to play, including myself. Everybody just works together as a family, and we're supporting local, and everything happens under one roof at Lula.
Welcome back. Welcome, Justen. Welcome, Alex. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're talking all things hair today.
Yes.
Winter's here. People are looking for exciting and new tips to take care of their hair. What do you have to share with our viewers this morning?
So moving into winter, I mean, everything sort of cools down. I mean, if you a platinum blonde, maybe a little bit more on the sort of warm ashy. If you like ash cool tones, you'd go for an ash golden blonde. You know, more sort of earthy tones again. Fashion's moving a very sort of late 70s, early 80s. Natural waves. You know, embracing your natural look. So finding what you have and making it work for you. Which is my favorite area. As you can see, I've not moved out of the 70s. I've still got the afro going. Couldn't wait for it to come around again. But yeah, like I say, earth tones, your warm browns, warm reds, coppers, golden blondes, yes. And then when we move back into summer, we make it pop again.
Make it pop again. And some hair care tips that you can share with our viewers. People are, I mean, it's dry, hair's dry, it's falling apart. What can we do?
100%.
Home care tips that you can
100%.
share.
So, you know, I mean, talking COVID, a lot of ladies are losing hair. I find a lot of my clients are coming in complaining about hair loss after having COVID, and I find it takes a year and a half for the body to sort of stabilize and the hair to get back to what it normally was. So your vitamins, a folic acid, biotin, you can get it at Skin Clicks, or you could come see me at the Hair Shack and I can get you tablets as well. You know, book a consultation with your hairdresser, you know, and take the time out of your day so you can sit down and have a thorough consultation when it comes to your hair care, because it's your #1 fashion accessory. If your hair, I mean, you could be wearing Versace or Chanel, but if your hair doesn't look right, your outfit's not going to look right. So, you know, come and see us, come and talk to your hairdresser. You know, also if you use too much of the same proteins, the same shampoo, conditioners, your hair gets a buildup of it. So it's good to every now and then change. Get a different protein, get a different hydrating system going for your hair.
And I suppose this applies for male and females as well.
Male, female, yes, 100%.
Awesome. And what's happening at the Hair Shack? I heard something about a makeover competition.
Yes, I think I'll let Alex take over here.
Yeah, so we've collaborated with Sotheby's. I'm sure everybody in Ballito will know Sabrina. And we're doing a competition, and it's she's actually started Find Your or Know Your Neighbor. Know Your Neighbor. So it's an awesome collaboration where she teams up with another business in a different industry, and then helps to get getting Ballito to know Ballito and
promote
local businesses, which is a fantastic initiative. And so if you go onto our social media, you'll see the competition. It's basically, you know, the usual tag, like, share, and follow both accounts. So follow the Hair Shack, follow Sotheby's, and then we will be doing a draw. I think it's going to be towards the end of this month. And everybody that participated and followed the rules correctly will go into a draw, and then they'll win a makeover valued at 1,500 at the Hair Shack.
Wow.
Yeah,
stunning.
so we're very excited about that. And we're getting really, really good traction at the moment. So
That's stunning.
Yeah.
And in terms of innovation and new ideas, and at the salon, anything to share?
Yeah, so for me, very important, which I'm finding more and more is happening. I find people, you know, after COVID, people have less time.
Yeah.
You know, people are busier. You know, when you come into the salon to get your money's worth, you know, you're spending whatever you're spending at the salon. Take the time out of your day. I know I've said that, but I'm going to say it again. I can't stress enough how important your consultations are. So if you know you're coming to the salon in a week's time and you booked your appointment, book a consultation a few days before. You know, I think it's important for the client and the stylist just to have that initial meeting where you sort of get a feel of one another, you bounce ideas off one another. I'm speaking for myself. I know there's a lot of hairdressers that don't like pictures.
Yes.
I absolutely love pictures. More pictures, more information, the easier my job. You know, like looking at social media platforms, everyone's beautiful, everyone's skinny, everyone looks like they've never had a pimple in their day, you know.
Everyone's airbrushed.
Everyone's, So the thing about it is be realistic with yourself. Choose the pictures, you know, but be realistic. It's you know, I like to say to my ladies, it's like buying an orange dress on Saturday night. When you put the orange dress on again on Sunday morning, it doesn't have the same feel. So, you know, when you choose your look, look at your cupboard. What colors, you know, dominate my cupboard space? Will I be able to wear this with the makeup I have? Because you choose a whole new color, you've got to choose a whole new makeup set.
Yeah, so it's not about copying whoever's, you know, someone's look on social media just for the sake of looking great.
100%. You've got to think practically, and obviously, I mean, if you're doing a big change, practically, but within reason. And then again, time. You know, don't book a full head of highlights, a root smudge, treatment, cut and blow, and only have 3 hours, because you're going to be spending hard-earned money.
Yeah, true.
Allow the hairdresser the time to give you that, give you your money's worth, because you're not going to get the full service if you're on a time thing. So that's why the consultation is very important. So you know, I'm going to be there for 2 to 5 hours, depending on what you're doing, you know, and there's no confusion, you're not in a rush, it's a calm, good experience.
And you walk out with exactly what you came in for.
100%.
How many people have walked into the salon and come out completely disappointed?
100%.
We also, the way we treat our clients, they're very special and precious to us. We really love what we do, we're passionate about what we do. So you're not just a number. So we don't want you to fly in and fly out and, you know, thank goodness you don't have roots anymore. Like, it is a lot of money to, and it's also maintenance
not
that
you
have
expensive.
to. Not at all.
Not at all.
But just to touch on that, I know it's maybe something that people don't want to discuss, but, you know, coming into a salon, having like 3 to 4 services. You're doing color, you're doing a treatment, you're doing a cut, and you're doing a blow. Or if you're doing something lighter, you might do a toner as well. And then clients are kind of thinking, okay, you know, it's a lot of money, but it's a lot of services. And allow us the time to give you your money's worth. Your hair is extremely important, you know. Ladies will go and do eyelashes, and they fill so often, and they do this, or they do these manicures, or they do that, and they afford the time and the cost to that. Your hair is extremely important. And if we do it right, it will last you. You're not going to have to be in all the time, as well as we don't believe in damaging the hair to that extent that, you know, like you're going to be in and out, and that's how we do it. We don't. So we're not going to give you what you want in that time frame if it's not possible and your hair is going to be compromised.
100%.
Stunning,
So and then again, I mean, a few of you guys have been to the salon. It's a very sort of relaxed but professional atmosphere.
Okay.
We're at State Center. There's a little garden. I mean, you can sit outside, have tea, have a drink, you have lunch with your friends while you get your hair done. So
Perfect.
yeah, everyone, please pop up and come see us.
So women should just book a full day out.
100%. You literally can come get everything done there.
Yeah.
You don't need to go anywhere else.
Perfect.
It's the place to be. Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to add or share with our viewers at home?
Come get your hair done at the hair shop.
Awesome.
Yeah, and just watch the space. We often have pop-up specials.
Okay.
We send it out on our social media, and then if you save the number, the salon cell phone number, our WhatsApp our clients the special as well. So, but if you don't save it, then you won't get the broadcast.
Okay.
And I don't inundate you with messages all the time. It's literally when there's a special, which I find people appreciate.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on social media, save the number so that we can WhatsApp you the specials. And yeah, we're always trying to do something new and exciting. We don't like to, you know, become boring and complacent. So yeah, just keep an eye on the space. We've got a lot of big things planned.
Also, if I could just throw in there, we are progressively growing. The salon is strength to strength.
Yeah.
We are looking for stylists, guys.
Great.
So please give us a call. Go onto our website.
Okay.
If you're looking for a fun, awesome, professional salon,
Yeah.
we're looking
What's
for
the
stylists.
criteria for that stylist? I mean, what if I'm a avid lover of hair and can I just take my chance?
What a great question.
So you got to be sexy like me now. No. Look, be passionate about your job.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. Love your job. Obviously, the necessary skills, which
Experience.
is experience,
is
which is
critical.
standard. But we thrive on passion. You know, we want people that want to be
Yeah.
there. We've got a great connection with our clientele. They're our family, extended family. You know, so we're just looking for passionate, loving hairdressers.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and the lovely hair advice. To our viewers, if you're looking for a reliable and passionate team to take care of your hair needs, please visit the Hair Shack. We'll see you after the break.
Hi, my name is Bobby van Jaarsveld, singer, songwriter and actor, and I'm excited to tell you that I've partnered with filmmaker Mornay Lane and that I'm proud to be a part of the Da Vinci International Film Academy.
I'm Mornay Lane, and for the past 15 years I've been on an amazing film industry journey that has included me producing 10 films and directed 2. My movies landed up on Netflix, Showmax and DSTV. My passion for filmmaking and teaching is the very reason why I started Da Vinci International Film Academy.
Our exciting user-friendly app has all the elements to teach you the A to Z's of filmmaking, and to top it all off, we will even shoot a short film with you as part of your practical.
Hello, my name is Mandy Rootman, a passionate and experienced marketer, and I'm looking forward to bringing you our new course, Real Marketing Insights into the Film Industry, that will teach students practical and effective marketing skills, not only for your business, but for yourself.
I'm Lynette Pretorius, the owner and professional accountant from Austral Accounting. Now that you have the skills of filmmaking and know how to market yourself and your business, I will teach you how to start and manage your business finances with our new business entrepreneurial course.
Hi, I'm Dorette. I'm a professional makeup artist, and I'll be teaching you how to do film and special effects makeup.
Our course pricing ranges from $439.50 to $879 per course, with no registration fee being charged. And best of all, we'll shoot a short film with you in your province at the end of the year.
A new feature on our app is our short course offering, allowing students to only select the courses they want to do, or even just our signature course, Da Vinci Resolve. The choice is yours.
We are accredited by Blackmagic Design, and students will earn an international certification with every exam passed. And every student that joins Da Vinci International Film Academy will get a free subscription for Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Teams.
It is as easy as pay, learn, and become certified.
Join today by downloading our app and press the enroll button.
Black Magic Design, creating the world's highest quality solutions for feature film, post-production, and television broadcast industries.
You like it? Water paint. You like queuing to pay electricity? Don't think so. Water paint.
Wait, so I can use it?
Even if I'm on another network.
VodaPay.
Off to do the monthly
shopping. It's done.
Really?
Yeah, Coco. And we get rewards.
You like sending and receiving money now? How about when the combos communicate?
VodaPay it. You like good times with friends? VodaPay!
Introducing VodaPay, the one app for anything and everything. Like it, VodaPay it.